and welcome to Advent of Code Day 15. As you might be able to tell, this is not the problem going live. This is actually, I'm actually about an hour away from the 16th problem going live. I've entered that part of the year where there are holiday parties, so I'm going to be doing my best to get these done when the actual problems drop. But last night I had a commitment, so I wasn't able to do the problem live. So I solved it off camera, and I'll just go over the solution. This problem is a it's sort of like a state machine type problem, but it's very much a modular arithmetic kind of trick. So what you're trying to find is the so there are a bunch of disks with holes in them, and you're trying to find an alignment of the point at which, as they're circling, as they're all rotating, when all of their holes line up. So I wrote a single function to simulate both the capsule dropping through the disk and the disks rotating without a capsule dropping through. So here's my state transition function here, where there's a timestamp. So I wrote a little advanced function here, which just so the state a disk is represented as number of slots and then its starting position here, and then in order to advance a disk, we're leaving the number of slots the same, and then just doing a little modular arithmetic so that we get the wraparound behavior. So if we were, like, say, advancing, 13.1, then this becomes 13.2, and if we were at position 12, then this wrap around to 13.0, like that. So yeah, at each time tick, we advance all of the disks, and then to simulate the capsule dropping, what we do is we check whether the relevant disk is at state 0. So what we're doing here is we're representing the state of the capsule, representing the position of the capsule as just a number, and at each time tick, the capsule goes up if the disk that it's on is 0, and otherwise it goes into this state gone. So our two terminating conditions. So here's our simulator. If we drop a capsule in a certain starting state, then we iterate this state transition function until we get to a stopping condition, which in this case is is a capsule a number? I guess another way to represent this that might be a little bit more clear would be, is the capsule gone? And if not, our success condition here is where the also I would have to, that's a drop while. All right, let me not fiddle around with this binary logic too much here. Basically, so we continue as long as capsule is a number and capsule is not yet as big as the number of disks that there are. And then our return value is just a Boolean here. And then if the capsule's gone, then we say that this was false. So then our implementation here is just take the starting position. So this is going to give us a sequence of starting states. Then we're going to, in each of those starting states, simulate it, look for the first one that returns true, and then take the first one of those. And then I put a little timer on here. To do it with the original set of disks, this set right here was about 5 seconds, and to do it with the extra disk on there was minute 12. So not too bad. The problem itself reminds me of some number theory type classes, and seems like the sort of thing that might be solvable, like without simulating it. I'd have to think about that though, in a because yeah, there is sort of like this aspect of all of the disks are sort of in a they're always going to repeat with a period of the product of their ends here. So I think that if I knew, for example, when was a good time, so if I got the right drop time for these first 6 disks, and then I knew the state of that I wanted the 7th disk to be in, then rather than actually simulate it out, I think it's possible to calculate it. Let me see if I can relate the 2 numbers just for fun. So here was my first number. So here was the number from the second part. Here's the number from the first part. These are off by this much here, about 3.5 million. And I wonder if this number is at all related to the product of all of the sizes of the disks. No, I don't see a relation. What about the product of just these? Yeah, what is the relationship here? What if I take this and I divide? Aha, yeah. So yeah, basically what I could have done rather than simulate out the whole thing is figure out that I needed to advance the this disk right here 11 steps. Sorry, 8 steps, and then take my original answer, then add to it 8 times this product. And I wonder if, yeah, so I wonder if the folks that solved it really fast figured that out. And then I think there's a way to, I think there's a way to get the original answer, yeah. Without actually simulating it. And yeah, I believe it's like some application of the Chinese remainder theorem or something. But anyway, this situation worked, and it probably would have taken me longer than 72 seconds to figure this all out at the time. So yeah, so that's day 15. Join me in about an hour for day 16. Thanks for watching.